What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the Misguided Goddess podcast. Brothers, how y'all feel? Sisters, y'all all right? Well, this week I can't even much lie, y'all. I got a lot going on. I am excited. Um, but my energy just been like all over the place. So like these past few days, I've been really like in an excited energy, and it's so good because like okay, I'm gonna tell y'all TMI, and I don't know if like other ladies experience this too, but like that ovulation week, that passion that you feel, like that energy that you feel, and you can just put that into something that you are passionate about. Whew, it is an incredible feeling. Men, I'm sorry, y'all won't understand that, but it's just something spectacular about being a woman. I mean, obviously. Uh, but anyway, I'm not even about to get into that. Um, but what I was about to say, so yeah, but that week, just that energy just be high, you know what I mean? And it's like you putting it into doing something that you want to do, and it's a good thing. And that just feels good in itself, even like being able to put your being able to do whatever the fuck you want to do. You know what I mean? Like that should just be feeling good, and it's like you be confident going into it because it's like, yeah, I know I want to do this, and I'm going to do this. And today on a podcast, like as I'm talking about that, I might as well just go ahead and get into the topic. Today, I really wanted to talk about like believing in yourself and believing that it's possible for you to live the life that you want to live. That shit is important. And I also want to talk about self-worth as well because they both tie into each other. And I just feel like I've been doing a lot of spiritual work because I'm not gonna lie to y'all, like I said, my energy's been all over the place, and that's because I was doing a lot of childhood work, like a lot of childhood trauma work, and it's kind of helping me better understand certain situations that happened in my childhood as an adult. So, it's different as an adult because, like I said, I was in a process of reparenting myself, and that's something that we all need to do because our parents didn't have it all together. And, that's for people who say, oh, I had bad parents, or people who say, I had a good parent and I had a good childhood. That's for everybody. Like, everybody got a little something that they little person on the inside need, even when they're adult. So all of this, like I said, it ties in together, but I had been doing all of that kind of work, and I knew that it was something that I wanted to share on a pod, but it's like, damn, I didn't want to share it while it was still so raw and I didn't fully understand what was going on. You know what I'm saying? It's like sometimes you get to a certain point where it's like, okay, now I can like share that. And now I feel like I can share that. Okay, so like I had been working on that, and like I had talked about on the past few episodes, I started to see a therapist, and I use this app called BetterHelp, and it's a therapy service. So it's like you go on there, you sign up, you type in your state. It sends you a list of therapists in your state. You could go with one in your city, you could go one not in your city. I actually just realized last week mine is not from my city. So like I thought this lady was in New Orleans. I don't think she's in New Orleans. Like, cause I Googled her. So, if you see with somebody that you like, you can read their stuff that's on the website and go Google their name, Google them, see what they're like, if they have ratings or reviews or stuff like that. So that way you can kind of better understand and pick a person who you would feel comfortable opening up to. Like, we all at some point have to learn how to be vulnerable with ourselves and do that with a person. And a therapist is a person, like, she really just be listening to me talk. Like, she listened to me talk, and then she helped me better understand certain situations. And sometimes you just need that, but you don't have that outlet in your life. So, I mean, I have a lot of friends who I can talk to about certain things, but my best friend is a social worker. I don't want to be like, oh, let's also deal with my problems all the time too. Like, nah, but that's what friends are for too. Like when you need somebody to talk to, they'll kind of get you there, but certain things you just don't be wanting to put on people, like, I mean, if you're a respectable person, like I'm a respectable person, like people have their own life. People got their own shit too, like, and even the healers need healing. So everybody have people, and that's the reason why it's important to have a good community with a good sense of understanding about life and shit. Um, a lot of people went through certain things. A lot of people didn't go through certain things. So a lot of people experiences are different. So people think about things in different ways, right? So anyway, speaking of BetterHelp, they have this thing where if I share my link, you get a week free and I get a week free. So if anybody wants to sign up for therapy, if they're interested, like I said, oh, and we talk on the phone. Like I don't even have to, is this a phone conversation? We just be running it. Me and my girl, and she cool as fuck. Like we just be running it. And she really helped me better understand a lot of things, like certain situations and stuff like that. And I realized, one of my purposes in life is to be a leader. Like I've always been a leader. I've always been able to easily teach people things. I've always been able to influence people and even inspire people. And I like that. You know what I mean? So it's like I really just, that was the whole purpose of me making my podcast anyway. Like, yeah, I'm misguided as fuck. Like, but we here, fucking we all. But nah, I just really want to share these things with y'all. So like I said, first things first. Last week I remember telling y'all how fucking excited I was about Richard Branson, seeing Richard Branson go into space, okay? Richard Branson is rich as the fuck, okay? People really out here be rich. Y'all want me to tell y'all the people who be rich? The people who fucking believes in themselves, okay? Okay? You have to fully know what you want and fully commit to wanting that success. And yeah, it might not be how you thought it was going to be the first time around, but that's God got to test you to see if you really want this. Like how bad you really want this. That's the people who get rich, y'all. You want to be rich? That's how you change your life. You got to change yourself. Okay? And okay, wait, I'm going too fast. I'm going too fast because I really have this for y'all, and it's been on my heart all week. And this is what I knew for a fact, this is what I wanted to talk about on my podcast this week, because I'm like, y'all really need to hear this. Okay. Richard Branson is not the only billionaire who went to space. Jeff Bezos went this week. And see, Richard Branson, his ship, it was nice. But Jeff flexed. Jeff went in that bitch looking like he was in a fucking tent. Like, it was fire. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of looked like a peen during takeoff. Can't even lie. But so imagine, okay, I'm pretty sure everybody's seen a peen before. That it would have to be an uncircumcised one though, because that's the only ones that this skin would be exposed. That like dome kind of, it looked like that, and then that part took off, and that's the part that went to space. The shit was fire, okay? And I was just thinking when I watched the Richard Branson one, because his was first, so I watched this first, I experienced this first. Man, I was like, oh my God, my whole body was tingling. Like, oh my goodness, like I can't explain what happened to me, but like my whole body was like cool and just tingling, and I just felt bursts, like a burst. Like I don't know if y'all ever felt no burst before. See, that's the thing. Like, so y'all might not, when people say, and I just felt this sudden burst of inspiration. If y'all ever seen a pipe burst? Think that. That's what I felt like inside of my body. Okay? That's what I felt like that's what my spirit felt like inside of this body. Okay? Inside of my body, that's what I felt. I was so inspired. I grabbed my manifestation notebook. I'm writing shit out. I'm writing everything down. So I wrote down so much shit in this journal, this week. I'm almost ready for a second journal. Like, man. And it's not just I'm writing down just a bunch of ideas, because I mean I am, for the most part. I'm the idea guy, Well, I'm the idea woman, you know what I mean? So I could take anybody, I could have a conversation with anybody and inspire them to do something, because I always have good ideas, Something always come up in my spirit, and I'm like, oh wait, look, let me tell you this, randomly all the time, you know what I mean? And even the wildest one, I'll just share this little story with y'all. I trademarked my first company, and I wanted to reach out to a lawyer because I did it myself. I did it on myself on LegalZoom, and I did it right. That's cool and all. But I have other companies that I'm gonna need to trademark, so I'm like, let me just get a trademark lawyer. You know what I mean? Because I'm all about supporting Black businesses. So I reached out to one of my homies, and I was like, look, I need a trademark. I need like a business attorney. Link me up with this lawyer. And me and her, we running it on the phone. I told her, what I needed, and then she explained to me what she could do for me. And then she just kind of told me a little bit about herself. That's just what women do. We on the phone. And she told me this idea. I'm not going to share it because it's a really good idea and I'll be down bad. But she shared this idea with me. And when she told me what she wanted to do, no, matter of fact, that's not even how it went. When she told me about herself, she told me one of her hobbies. And then she told me something that she was about to start doing because of that hobby. And I was like, okay, well, listen, let me run this to you. Give her a little 1-2. Wait, hold on a second, girl. Let me grab my pen, writing down, taking her notes and stuff. So woman did a follow up with me and everything. And it just little things like that be making me happy to do that. Okay. And it happens in my life. And it's so much. It's just like, just talk about it on the podcast, girl. Just talk about it on the podcast, because that's going to be the best way that you can inspire people, is by just using your voice. Like, look, I'm going to tell y'all, when I was little, I used to want to be a singer, but puberty hit, my voice it just wasn't made for it. I used to sing because I can't sing, but I took can't out of my vocabulary, because like Quincy Daddy said on Love and Basketball, when you say can't, you ain't a man. But even though I ain't no man, I still like that. So I took can't up out of my vocabulary. I don't know what can't means. What is that? What's that? Are you speaking French? I don't understand French yet. I don't, What is that? Nah, Anyway, take can't up out y'all vocabulary. Ain't nothing in this world you can't do. Okay? You can do whatever you put your mind to. All right? And I'm about to, just to listen. I'm about to tie it all together. It's going to be cute. I'm going to put a bow on it for y'all. Just wait. All right? But I still want y'all to fully understand where I'm coming from. But I'm going to make it snappy, because I've been realizing my podcast has been going over an hour. Okay. But anyway, so, okay, I wanted to be a singer. I love music. Music is my first love. That was just, my mama is a music girl. My mom and my daddy met in a nightclub. Okay. It's in my spirit. Okay. Like he pulled girl in a club. Okay. Anyway, I'm not even going to get into that story today, but anyway. So music has just always been with me. When I tell y'all one random fact about me, I probably know at least 5,000 songs. Like, it'd be so crazy. Sometimes I'll be sitting down, I hear a little tune, and I'll be like, oh wait, boom, and then I'm singing the words. It'd be so random, right? Like, even having conversations with my friends, I just randomly bust out quoting songs. Like, I learned a lot of vocabulary through music as well. So I used to want to be a singer. Like, I really wanted to be a singer. When I tell y'all, I used to practice. When you passionate about something, you put your all into it. And I was putting my all into it. I used to make my friends come over. Like, y'all come by my house this weekend and we gonna practice our routine. All we doing is watching Destiny's Child videos. That's all we used to do. We used to just learn the videos, okay? So when Honey came out and shit like that, Save the Last Dance, all that, yeah, we was dancing our ass off. But I wanted to sing too. So I had to really practice on singing and dancing. Like, y'all ain't gotta sing and dance. You know what I mean? Y'all could just dance if y'all want to. Everybody in the group don't always sing. But I want to sing. So I put my all into that. And then, but I always also knew that I didn't just want to be a singer. Because it was like, all right, look, Oh, and me and my brother, we used to play uh autobiography. We used to make up the most random fucking games growing up, but we used to be having fun. And I used to be like, okay, so when I grow up, I wanted to be. Matter of fact, we used to act like we was interviewing each other. Like that's because we knew. So get away from here. Back up. I'm puppy sitting, y'all. I'm sorry. He's trying to eat my food. So anyway, I told him, oh, I'm a singer and I rap too a little bit. But I'm also a fashion designer and an actress and just like a list of things. One time I had added in there that I wanted to be a dentist. Don't even ask. But anyway, it was like I always did aspire to do things. You know what I mean? And whatever I aspired to do, I spent a point in time in that. It was never anything that I didn't want to do in my life that I didn't do. I was never afraid to take a risk. But somewhere along the line, it was like I still was holding myself back. Sometimes we block our own blessings, y'all. We are what's standing in our own way because we're afraid to go a step further and take a chance, right? So, and it's a lot of people that I'm talking to, like in this time right now, and they're kind of experiencing this kind of phase where it's like you don't really know what's happening, but life is just happening, and you're just going with the flow, and that's cool. But it's like if there's something that you aspire to do, you have to believe that you can do it. You can't just pray, oh God, please let this happen. You got to do the work too. And that's what we mean when you see like spiritual people saying you got to do the work. That's what we're talking about. You have to do your part. You have to do your part, and there's this thing that I wrote down the other day. I got this from this YouTuber named Chris that I really like. I can't really think of his channel name right now, but I really like him. And he was just talking about one day, and he was just saying about the 1%. And he was like, if you want to make a change, it's easier for you to change one thing every day. Just 1%. Just change 1% every day to get you to that goal, right? And because of course y'all know I'm a self-care consultant, you know what I mean? I'm the self-care queen. Big, like that's my goddess energy right there, is self-care. I'm all about I'm the self-care captain. Okay, just call me the self-care captain. That's what we're gonna do it. I'm gonna hashtag self-care captain. I'm taking it. It's mine. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tie this in like this, because remember when I said that I also wanted to talk about self-worth on this episode. Y'all have to start taking better care of yourselves. And I do too. And I know that y'all do because I do. Okay? I know y'all do because I do. But I decided to start changing my life by 1%. I did it for like, I've been doing it, I'm going to say I started in April. I probably started it before that, but I realized what I was doing in April. And it didn't matter what I was dealing with, what I was going through, what was happening with my family, with my friends, with this, with that, anything. But within myself, I made sure I did something for me every single day. Ain't matter what nobody had to say about it. I don't give a fuck. I'm about to do this for me. And it didn't have to be, I'm about to go buy myself this. No, it didn't have to be that. But y'all know I love flowers. I buy myself a dozen of roses, or not even all the time roses, just random flowers, plants. I like stuff like that now. You know what I mean? Because I see the beauty in things and how they grow. But anyway, it don't always have to be buying yourself something. It could just be giving yourself 20 minutes in one day to sit down and just don't do nothing except breathe. And that was something I really, really needed, because in 2020, my life got really hectic, and that's when I really started feeling the effects of being highly sensitive in high energy areas. That's when I really started to feel it. Okay. And I mean, y'all know I talked about being highly sensitive on the last episode, but if you didn't listen to the last episode and this is your first time here, hey, welcome to the show. But yes, I am highly sensitive. I'm highly sensitive to smells, energies, things like that. Like I can't be around a lot of like chaos and dysfunction. Um, I like concerts though. Like I can do concerts sometimes, but even at one point I couldn't go to concerts. Like I had to stop going because my energy inside was just too high. And then I went in there, and that energy was high, and it was just a lot. But I'm learning about it now because I learned that it is a thing, and it's not. I don't want to say it's a thing, like it's a mental health disorder or something. No, it's a personality trait. A lot of people have it, and they don't really recognize that they have it. But a lot of people really are sensitive to certain things, and we out here. We out here. I'm going to say that like that. But anyway, that was my little commercial break. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Okay. Back to what I was saying about self-care. It could literally be just 20 minutes of you just sitting down and just breathing. You know what I mean? And for my people out there who are struggling with anxiety, baby, you are the first person who needs that. Because trust me, baby, I know, darling, I know. 20 minutes, sit down and breathe. Just breathe. You could just literally focus on listening to your own heartbeat. Or either think about a color. I started thinking about the color blue whenever I'm meditating. So when I see that blue light, I am calm. And I did a meditation group one time, and we did a blue ball, and I was like, oh, well, perfect. So I picture blue, and it just gives you a sense of calming. Like that could literally be your 1% of self-care for that day. And then the next day, your self-care could be taking a walk. It could be whatever you like to do. It got to be something for you. Unless the something that is for you is in any kind of way affecting someone else, don't do it. I'm not telling y'all to hurt people. Because for some people, like hurting people really feels good. And unless you're into BDSM, don't fuck with that. I don't want y'all out here like raping people and shit. Like killing people. Nah, fuck that. Don't do it. That's not self-care. That's you need help. Seek it. And you need God. Get closer to God. Okay? And that's another thing too I wanted to make sure that I mentioned. You know how sometimes people just be like, pray for me, pray for me, pray for me. I was like, you know what? I used to didn't know what to say. So I would be like hard down praying for the person, praying for their mama. I don't know all them people. So instead, I just started praying that that person just get closer to God. That's it. Because that's what I want for all of us. Get closer to God. Because when you get closer to God, you're going to recognize the God within yourself. And then you're going to be able to move in confidence and know that you're going to succeed. You're going to make your dreams come true. You're going to be able to become a billionaire. You're going to be able to fucking go to space for 9.5 minutes just because you want to feel no gravity. Because that's what Richard Branson did. Okay? And I'm going to just say this too. This is a rant. For all of the people out there who are saying, oh my God, billionaires, why y'all want to go to space? They want to go because they can dream that big. Like some people's brain can't literally comprehend why those people wanted to go up there. And it's literally because they wanted to. That's all that you need to know. You don't need to know the inner workings of a person's mind to figure out why they did something that they did. They did it because they wanted to. They did it because they wanted to. Okay? Nobody does anything that they don't want to do. And when you get put in certain situations and you be like, man, I'm really going to have to do this. Do you? Especially when it comes to harming someone else. Do you really have to do it? Or can you figure out another way if you really put your mind to it? Sometimes we go through certain things and we be too close to it. We be too close. We be right up on the issue. And we don't need to be right up on it. We need to back up. Take that 20 minutes to breathe and back up. Okay? Because if you already prayed for something, you already gave it to God. God gonna do what he said he was gonna do. And that's whatever you gonna believe that he's gonna do for you. And like I said, when I say God, I just mean, God, our higher being, the source, the light, all that there is. You know what I mean? The Spirit, the Holy Spirit. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. Allah, Jah, all of that, God, source. That's what I mean. So whoever you pray to, you know what I mean? Your highest power. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. Because y'all have to recognize that God always gonna do what he said he was gonna do. And that's why everything that you say you're gonna do, you're gonna do it. And the only way you're not gonna do it is if you don't believe that you're gonna do it. It'd be little bitty things that I'll be like, oh yeah, I'll do that. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. I am going to do that. And it get done. It don't have to be right then and there. Sometimes it really do be swift like that. But sometimes it take like a year, take a two. Shit, they had some stuff that didn't transform. It took about 5 years, and it kind of shocked me because I forgot, And that's the reason why prayer journals are important, because you can put a date on it. Now, you can't pray and be like, oh, God, I want to be a millionaire by June 14th, 2022, and just leave it in a prayer journal and put that date on it, but then don't do nothing, like you just sitting around waiting to be a millionaire, like you ain't put no kind of energy into nothing. You just ain't planting no kind of seeds. Yeah, that's not you believing in God. That's not you believing in God, you fool. Because the first thing God told, this is another, okay, I'm going to just say this too. I'm about to talk about the Bible. Now, I didn't really read the Bible now. I read certain parts. So I knew a couple of things. I didn't read the whole thing. But I use the Bible as like a textbook. Because that's really all it is. It's just a story, It's a story of stories that's proven, like telling you about God and his goodness. And, what could happen when you don't believe in God, you know what I mean? There's always going to be a negative versus a positive. It's going to happen, Anything that can be spiritually proven can also be scientifically proven. I don't know if y'all never knew that, but that's how you could tell that spirituality is real, because it can be proven scientifically as well. Okay? All right. Now, I was about to say this. In a book, God told you, go forth, be fruitful, and multiply. The first thing that God told man to do in a book is to work. You got to do your part. You got to do something. You have to believe in your heart that you have the power to change your life, and then put your best foot forward to change your life. Okay? And that's to all my people who are depressed about where they are. If they feel stuck in their situation, make a decision on what you want to do. And then this the best part right here. You can pray and ask God for everything you need along the way. You can pray for peace along the way. You can pray for patience along the way. You can pray for kindness along the way. You can learn self-control and pray for self-control along the way. You can do it along the way, because God gonna give you everything that you need. And God is gonna do what God told you God was gonna do. In the book it said it. Right? See, that was the wildest part about westernized civilization, is like people didn't recognize that within the stories. It's right there, And even because I also studied African spiritualism as well, so like about the orishas and the goddesses and gods and things like that, because I used to really be into Greek mythology too, y'all. That was another thing that I kind of went through and like really poured passion into. But then then from there I went to Africa with it, because the source, and I went there with it, and then I learned all about that. And that kind of opened my mind to something else too. And that's always been something that my goal for a very long time, and I tell this to everybody, my goal is to learn at least one new thing every day. Like I said, the 1%. Like I said, the 1%. So every day I put my best foot forward to learn one thing new every day. And I actually started in high school getting into different religions and things like that. So that's when I really started asking all of these questions Like, I've been had questions since I was small because a lot of stuff didn't make sense. Like, y'all only teaching the Bible. That's only one part of it. Y'all can't just teach that. It's only one part of it because you're not going to get the whole story if you don't read the Quran too. Okay. I have not read the Quran too, but I listened to videos about all of these things. So this is not something somebody told me. Like, I really did this work. I still have to read the books. It's just a lot, y'all. It's a lot. And it's a lot. All right. But we're going to get through it. It's going to happen. But I like to listen to audiobooks. So I listen to audiobooks about this stuff. Okay. So that's how I learned a lot of this stuff. But I learned it to tell y'all, because I want y'all to be at peace as well. I want y'all to be believing in yourselves and being confident and having high value and knowing y'all self-worth and shit. You know, I want that for y'all because I got it. So I want that for y'all too. You know, like I said, we're a tribe and it takes a tribe, y'all. Okay. So anyway, what I was saying in the Bible, back to what I was saying in the Bible, first thing you say, go forth, be fruitful, multiply. First thing God tell a man to do in the Bible is work. So you have to do your work, y'all. So what I was saying about the 1%, I decided to learn one thing new every day. When I was in high school, I started to learn about different like religious practices and different spiritualities and different religions and things like that. Like, that's when I first was introduced to Buddhism and Taoism. Well, actually, I was first introduced to Buddhism from Tina Turner, because I used to be obsessed with What's Love Got to Do with that movie. Is growing up in trauma and then liking trauma in a movie is weird to me. But I love that movie, but I love it because I love the end. Because at the end, she really found her peace and she found her power and she found her confidence again. And I just I love that. But anyway, that was my first time learning about like Taoism though in high school. But I learned about Buddhism from What's Love Got to Do It. I can't even flex. But I really started to chant when I was in high school. And then I kind of stopped doing it, kind of got away from that. I always did pray though. Like, I always was a prayer. But I always had a little bit of self-doubt within myself. Like, it just was in my spirit. Even though I still used to do everything I wanted to do. Like, it'll always be like, I'll have self-doubt. And then I'll be like, man, fuck that. I'm doing it. I'm out there head first. It's happened so many times. Like, a lot of stuff. Like, you gotta fuck it. Sometimes you just gotta say fuck it, throw caution to the wind and jump in. Cause guess what? I didn't fell down before and I didn't got back up too. So if I fall, I'm gonna get up again and I'm gonna do something else. Like, that's all. I'm trying a different way. But it is hard when you have to keep doing that, you know, but God gonna always test your faith. God is always going to test your faith, okay? While teaching you the lesson. Hello? While teaching you the lesson, God gonna test your faith. How crazy is that, right? But that's life. And you pray for these things. So those men, like, people are mad at those men for deciding to do those things. But them men did that because they wanted to. Them men believed in their dreams. They worked their ass off, got the money. You know what I mean? And decided to, now I'm going to have fun. And how people have fun is what I realized. They go back to doing what they did in their childhood. That's why I always say, think about the good things you did in your childhood. Because those are the things that are going to keep you happy. Because that's what makes you happy. You're doing what you really want to do. And I'm pretty sure, I think that Richard Branson, he was like, you know, their generation is the generation that watched the man go to the moon and everything, right? So, of course, that's going to inspire little children. Oh, one day I want to go up there one day. But fuck you, who really want to be an astronaut? Like, I heard astronauts don't even get paid that well. Like, and it's a fucking big risk. Like, you can literally die, right? Because people have literally died doing this. But you can't have a fear around death. Because the one thing that's for certain, well, the three things that's for certain is Texas, death, and trouble is what Marvin Gaye said. But the one thing that's at the top is death. We all know we're going to die. This body we're going to lose it one time. But our spirit is going to live on, okay? Okay? But we all have to die. So What doesn't kill you literally makes you stronger. Like they said it. Like people not playing when they tell them songs. It's people telling their story. When you listen to the shit, that's real. It's true. What doesn't kill you really makes you stronger. And God not gonna put nothing on you that He don't think that you're going to be able to bear. Okay? But they do have some people out here who just getting their karma. So it's a lot of shit. Like when y'all be like, well, why does this happen? Some people gotta get their karma because some people be fucked up. Okay? Because some people don't do what they really want to truly do within their own life without hurting somebody else. And if you be low down stuff happen to you. It's law. Okay? Now, for the people who have a problem with the fact that Jeff Bezos and Richard Branson went to space because they are rich, y'all sound ignorant and scared. Y'all want them men to give their money that they worked for, give their money to the homeless because they have homeless. That's not fair to them men. Like, yeah, they could help. Yeah, they could help. But I'm pretty sure that those people also have foundations and shit that they put money into. Y'all don't know what them people doing. Because guess what? When you blessing people, you don't tell people what you doing. You don't announce, hey, y'all over here. I'm over here feeding the homeless. You don't do that. You do it out the kindness of your heart. Okay? Because you know that when you get a blessing and you bless somebody else, you're going to keep on getting blessed. Hello? Hallelujah. Thank you. That was your word right there. Like my uncle used to be saying. I'm preaching, y'all. That was your word right there. Okay? So, not only did these men believe in themselves and believe in their dreams and believe that what they wanted to do was going to work, they did it and then they hired people. You know, y'all really want to know why? Tell y'all why billionaires, why they talk so much shit about them not having to pay certain tax. Them people doing America a favor. Think about all the people who work at Amazon. You could get stuff on Amazon right now in 2 hours, bro. Think about all the people that work at Amazon. What the fuck would y'all have done if Jeff Bezos did not believe in himself? Y'all wouldn't have been working at Amazon. Okay? And the government gives companies tax credits and stuff like that for having employees. And they got a lot of fucking employees. And everybody uses Amazon. That's why he's rich. He believed in himself. His dream worked. His passion worked. It worked for him. And it made him very rich. That can happen for a lot of us. If we decide to grow up, heal ourselves. Because at some point we have to take accountability for the things that happen in our lives. And that's not for everybody, because a lot of people people go through different shit, y'all. I'm just saying, be gentle with people now. But this is for the people who feel like how I felt. You know what I mean? The people who gonna get this, they gonna get this because it's for them to get. Okay? Now I'm not trying to offend nobody with my preaching and my teaching. But if y'all get offended, I mean, take it up with God. Take it up with God. That'll be the best place for it to stay between you and God. So, okay. Think about all the people who wouldn't even have a fucking cell phone if it wasn't for Richard Branson. Think about all the people who he's also employed. There are reasons why the rich are rich. I mean, yeah, given a lot of them did get a leg up because of slavery and shit. But think about the people who didn't come up from that. Like the Jeff Bezos of the world, right? You know, you got to believe in something sometimes. So why not believe in yourself? It's like, even for the people who don't believe in God, what's wrong with you believing in yourself? We all have to believe in something, right? And if you really, 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 really want to be a multimillionaire with a house on the hill, you have to put in the work, and you have to have the faith that what you are doing is going to work. You have to. If you don't believe in yourself and believe in God, then how you think you're gonna make it? Like, okay, and for instance, okay, I'm gonna tell another quick story, and then I'm gonna move on to the self-worth. Okay. Ooh, and it's about to be fire. Watch this transition, y'all. Beyonce. Let's talk about B. Let's talk about Queen motherfucking B. I don't understand people who hate Beyonce. Because if y'all followed Beyonce's career like we did, like my generation, we was there. Beyonce came out 1997, 1996, you know? That's when Destiny's Child first came out with No No No. We was there from the beginning. We're also the generation who had Behind the Music, video, MTV Diaries. We had the Making the Band. We had the videos, like them doing the videos. I used to watch all that shit. Like I said, love music, you know? And we watched her grow up. We understood and watched the interviews of her and Matthew, and we listened to Beyonce's voice transition. Like, they used to play with her voice. And if you really was a Destiny's Child fan, you know what I'm talking about, because y'all heard her voice on She Can't Love You. Y'all heard how deep her voice was. Like, come on. They were playing with her voice to find her sound. But she kept working. 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 It was always her voice, but she kept working with her gift. Okay? She kept working in her gift because she believed in herself. She knew what she wanted. She knew what she wanted. And she wanted it. And guess what? Everything she wanted, she got. Look at it. It's right there. I mean, career-wise, of course, I don't know her personally. I don't know what she goes through personally, but I mean, obviously, it's working out for her, right? Now, to go into the self-worth conversation, I just think that people who didn't grow up listening to Destiny's Child, they really do be the ones who like just have a lot of issues with like self-worth and everything like that, you know, because that's what girl power songs are all about. Just teaching you how to be confident and teaching you to believe in yourself and to like, men, y'all probably not gonna get that because I mean, fuck, I'm pretty sure y'all didn't. If y'all got sisters, maybe y'all grew up listening to Destiny's Child. Like, hell, some people just really like R&B. They got a lot of men who still just like Destiny's Child just cause. But I don't really see a man really liking the song Fancy by Destiny's Child. I don't know. If you're a dude and you really like that song, let me know. I mean, I ain't judging you. I just really want to know because I never met one, right? But anyway, it's like, you know, independent woman, like what? How did that not make you want to have your own shit? Not because of a man, right? Not because of a man. Like that, it's not even that. It's just because of you. You know what I mean? Like having that sense of stability within yourself, that sense of responsibility within yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I just was telling that to my friend. It shows who didn't grow up listening to Destiny's Child. But anyway, we're going to talk about self-worth now. Y'all, I just want to first start this off by saying that learning about yourself, spending time with yourself, you know, that's self-care. And that's not selfish. If there's ever a moment in time where your friends want to go out and you really don't feel like going out, you don't have to go out with them. Tell them you need a night off. Like, what the fuck? That's not selfish. And don't let people call you selfish for doing things for yourself. Because guess what? Do what you want to do. Because you can. Hello? You ain't got to lie. Tell them straight up. Like, I don't feel like doing this today. You know what I mean? I don't have the energy to do this today. But that's not selfish. But they have... I just wanted to say that. That was another commercial break. They really have people out here who just don't understand, you know, they don't have any kind of self-worth. And it's like, not only are you not believing in yourself, but you're not even loving yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because it starts there. And it's like everybody wants love in their life. And that really be causing people to like have like breakdowns and just out here being crazy and looking crazy because they don't have love in their life. But there is no greater love. First of all, there's no greater love than God's love. And that love is inside of you. So that's why you should love yourself first. Okay? And loving yourself is self-care. Okay? That's the biggest bottom line, point blank period. That's self-care, self-love. You have to show yourself the love that you so badly want from somebody else, or so badly want to give to somebody else. You got to give that to yourself first. Okay? And that's the reason why taking 20 minutes out of a day for one day a week, at least minimum, for yourself is important. That's why, because that's self-love. You have to be able to spend time with yourself to kind of check in and be like, okay, wait a minute now. How we feeling? What's up? I woke up Tuesday and my shoulder was hurting. What's going on? You got to be able to check in with yourself, okay? There's a lack of self-love out here. There is a lack of self-love out here, okay? You have to understand, we have to start better understanding who we are so that we can better understand what we need. Okay? And there's a big difference between what we want and what we need. But what you need always is yourself. Okay? In this realm, in this life, here, in this body, in these bodies, this human race, we need to love ourselves first. Okay? Love yourself first and respect yourself first. Because when you can learn how to do that, you're going to know how you're going to want people to be with you. And you're going to be like that with people. Okay? I don't disrespect people because I don't like disrespect. So I don't disrespect nobody. Unless somebody's trying to come disrespect me, then we just going to be disrespecting each other. And then you're going to get away from me. Because I'm not about to do that. I'm not about to do that. I don't like fussing. I don't like fighting. I don't like doing that. I'm going to remove myself from the situation. Because you can have that. You can sit in that energy. That's on you. But I'm going to move over here. Okay? Because I love myself. And I understand what I need. There's certain things that I can't be a part of. It's certain people that I can't be around. It's certain things that I can't stand. It's certain actions that I can't take. And damn it, I'm keep saying can't. It's not that I can't do it. I won't do it. Won't do it. I won't do it. I will not do it. I shall not. Because I love myself too much. And I don't deserve that shit. And when you know your self-worth, you'll learn what you're going to be able to put up with and what you will not be able to put up with. Okay? And that's on jobs. That's with yourself. That's with relationships. That's with family. That's with pets. It doesn't matter. Okay? When you get to a certain level of loving yourself, and it's hard to love yourself because you know your sins. But God forgives you for all your sins. So forgive yourself for your sins. Be accountable for the things that you've done with yourself. Be accountable for those things. Because guess what? You did them. You did them. Yep, it was you. You did it. It happened. It did. But you have to forgive yourself for it. Because that was in the past. You learned your lesson from that? Because I'm pretty sure you got your karma from that by now. You know what I mean? I mean, it is what it is. Like, you got to let it go. And you don't have to go to a person and let it go with a person. You could, like I said, do it with yourself. You ain't got to tell everybody. You just do it with yourself. God forgave you already. And if God lives within you, like I keep telling y'all, and that's the reason why I greet y'all as gods and goddesses, brothers and sisters. That's why I do that, because we all have God within us. You can forgive yourself. And that's how you let go of a lot of baggage. You will release so much baggage by accepting accountability for your actions in certain situations and moving forward. Okay? That's how you do it. That's at least a step. That's how you start. That's how you start. Okay? And then once you know you felt that hurt before and you felt that kind of pain before and you know that you don't want to feel that again, then you're going to start setting those boundaries. Because, oh wait, I'm not going to do that because this happened last time I did that. This happened last time that I did that, and I don't want to do that again. Let's try this something else over here. Okay? All right? It's like, oh, yeah, no, you got to forgive. That's how you forgive and forget. You forgive yourself, okay? And then you let it go because God already forgave you for it. Release that baggage, honey. Let it go, okay? and then you move forward and you continue on being the best version of yourself. Be 1% better than you was the previous day. Don't worry about what you did yesterday, but be 1% better than that. Whether it be to a person, to yourself, to your children, to your sisters, to your brothers, to your family, whatever. It doesn't matter. As I was saying, putting that into, your passions and just going 1% higher in your day. So it's like, okay, say for instance, there's a goal and your goal is to finish college, right? Now, every day you need to put your best foot forward and study a little bit. Read a book. Go a bit further. Read outside what your teachers are telling you that you have to read. Just do 1% more. Just learn a little bit more. Go forward in the book a little bit. Who cares? Do what you want to do. It's your life. Learn what you want to learn. There's never going to be a such thing as learning too much. You can't learn too much. I mean, I take that back. It's not possible to learn too much. I don't think that you can break your brain. Haven't heard of that happening before. So I guess that is a thing that you can say can't for. Anyway. anyway. You can, like I said, my whole point is it won't ever hurt you to learn something extra, okay? And the way that I wanted to make sure that I said this too. There is it was a book I was listening to. Yeah, it was a book I was listening to on YouTube. And the man said, he was talking about, I'm so mad that I'm having this brain freeze right now like this. Like, this is just annoying to me right now. But he was saying how people say that they want to be rich, but he was like, what's the quickest way to be rich? And it's like, if you want to attract like a better life, right? You have to change your life. That's how you change your life. You change your life by changing your life is basically what he was trying to say. Because I actually wrote it down and now I don't see it because I wrote down a lot of notes. Yikes, and I can't find it. Oh, okay. No, I found it. He said, a man asked him, how do you develop an above average income? And he said, you become above average. Okay. So you develop an above average lifestyle. Okay. And this is the way that you do that. If you, like I'm saying, go the extra mile and learn a little bit more, right? Learn a little bit more. You'll become more knowledgeable. And the more knowledgeable you are, and the more teachable you are, okay, the more successful you will become, because now you're an asset. And it's always better to be an asset than a liability. Okay, and that's just a little entrepreneur for you right there. Okay, that's just a little 101 for you. That's just a little 101. It's always better to be an asset than to be a liability. Okay? That's the way that being an entrepreneur, believing in your dreams, and having self-worth all ties into each other. That was me just making my point. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming out tonight. But no, seriously, y'all. That shit all ties together. Like, y'all really have to believe in your dreams. Like, y'all have to believe in yourself. And believing in yourself literally starts simply with one thing, and that's self-love. Self-love should be your top priority. Self-love is not selfish. Do not let anybody, I don't care if you got 15 kids. It is okay to love yourself first. Okay? Because if you don't love yourself first, you can't love them, because you won't have anything to give to them. Hello? Because you can't give love if you don't have any. And if you have self-love, then you have all the love that you really actually need in the world, that you need. Okay? Now all the other love, you want it. Okay? Cuz yeah, it's okay to want love. It's okay to want to be married and have children. It's okay to want that. It's okay to not want to be married and still have a bunch of children. It's not for me, but for some other people it works for them. But they have the love that they need and they have the love that they want. You feel me? Everything. Here go this dog. He think he hears somebody outside and he don't. He's just gonna mess up my whole recording, huh? Poodles are just smart, guys. Just throwing that out there. But anyway, so when self-love is at the root of it, if that's the foundation that you're building on, anything is possible, okay? Anything is possible when you build on the foundation of self-love. And it is not wrong for putting yourself first. It's not wrong for you to believe in yourself. It's not wrong for you to want what you want. It's not wrong for you to get what you want, okay? Because, and that's another thing that I had to learn. I used to be manifesting things that I really wanted for myself and for other people sometimes too. And I would get those things and then I would kind of feel like, well, damn, I did this and now XYZ. And then I had to remember, fuck them people. I be telling myself that all the time because you really have to. When you work for something, because that's what you're doing when you're manifesting, you're working for it. Yes, you are. It don't matter if you didn't have to physically put in work or mentally put in work. Some kind of way, baby, you paid for it, okay? You put your prayer in and then you went on about your business. And every obstacle that was placed in your way, you got around that obstacle, okay? Every single time you've been knocked down, you believed in yourself and you did what? You got up and then you tried again. Because you found your confidence within yourself again. You believed in yourself again. You believed in yourself again. You believed in yourself again. Thank God for that. Okay? 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 But you have to start with self-love, okay? Like, I'm going to tell y'all this story, and this is personal, but there's this man that I have always loved, and I may always have love in my heart and in my soul for this man. But I used to see, like, that whole future with him, right? And then I had to realize what it was. And then I had to compare it to what I am, who I am, how I am, and what I wanted. And I was like, I don't really see this aligning. I don't see it aligning. Now, it may align. You know what I mean? You don't know what the divine got in store for you. Hello? Trust in divine timing also, y'all. And pray for patience. It's always a tip. That's always, always, always going to be my advice. But okay. I had to let it go. And homie wasn't a fan. But I remember that, one, I don't give a fuck. And I'm not going to ever apologize for being myself and wanting what I want. Because that's not wrong. It's not wrong for me to want what I want. And a heart wants what the heart wants. Okay? And when a heart wants what the heart wants, usually it's better to be on one accord with the heart, the head, and the spirit. Hello? Because when they all align and in one accord, okay, all them chakras is balanced, baby. Go ahead on. Do what's best for you. Do it. Go. Because that's your time right there. When you realize it, go. And I had to let it go. And it hurt. And it kind of scared me a little bit. But then I remembered. I stopped buying tickets to the circus a long time ago. Like I'm not choosing this. Because at the end of the day, I get to choose. You know what I mean? You know, Larry June said, choose up. Willie Hitch said, I choose you. It don't matter what you choose. But life is all about choices. And it's usually always in our best interest to choose what's best for us. So I'm going to always choose what's best for me. Because I know what I want. And I know what I prayed for. I know what I kind of know a lot about what God has in store for me because I asked for it. You know what I'm saying? And I always get what I ask for. because God is always going to do what God said he was going to do. And it just ties into that. That was just my example right there, like a real life example. And when people say be unapologetic, they don't mean to be fucked up and hard and just a bitch to everybody. No. But go with your move and do what's best for you. Do what's best for you. And some people may not like it, and that's okay. Because fuck the people. They ain't gonna like it. And I feel the same way about me. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it was a person who had to leave my life because they needed to go do what was best for them and they left my life, I'm not mad. I'm happy that you did it because obviously I wasn't aligned with your journey. Everybody can't come. You know, and that's just where I'm at with it. And that helped me get through a lot of stuff. Because, I mean, we already talked about being ghosted and shit like that. And then y'all already know my situation with one of my ex situations. We definitely talked about that on like the first 4 or 5, the first season. Because we talked about that a lot. But anyway, it was like, even with that situation, we just wasn't aligned no more. And that helped me go, okay, cool. And keep going, because I gotta keep going. I'm always quote Larry June because I love me some Larry June. We must keep going. Okay, we must keep going. Keep going. You want to be rich? Let me tell you how to be rich. Believe in yourself. Believe in your dream. Find your passions. You have to find the time. Love yourself first. Okay, love yourself first, and love yourself first, and love yourself first, and love yourself first. Love yourself first, because it's always okay for, it don't matter who you are, man or woman, it is okay for you to put yourself first. Okay? You are the most important person to you. And every other relationship that's in your life should shadow the one that you have with yourself. Okay? The way that your friends treat you should be a reflection of how you treat yourself. The way that your partner treats you should be a reflection. Well, not, it is, okay? It is. It's a reflection of yourself. Because women who are in relationships with men who are fucking over them all the time, cheating on them, doing whatever the fuck they want to do, coming and going as they please, using your life like a fucking revolving door, y'all having issues with self-worth, okay? And I'm going to need y'all to love yourselves first and get it together, okay? Because a person is only going to do to you what you allow them to do to you. A person is only going to treat you the way that you allow them to treat you. Okay? And that's not just for women. That was just an example, because they got men out here who deal with women who are exactly the same. They got men out here who really dealing with some fucked up females, but hurt people. Okay? So another thing I had to learn is that hurt people. So if a person is telling you like, nah, I can't be with you right now, I can't be with you like this, respect that person's space. Just respect it. Let them go do what they need to do, because they're telling you, I'm not good how I am and I'm going to hurt you. Don't sign up for that shit. Walk away. Go love yourself. Love yourself and walk away. Don't sign up for that. Let them people heal where they need to heal. And if it was meant to be for y'all, the divine timing is going to align itself again and y'all are going to come together again. So it's going to happen for you. But most importantly, the biggest message I want you to take away from this episode right here is to love yourself first. That is not selfish. It's not selfish at all. Okay? Because how you going to believe in yourself if you don't love yourself? It just can't. It don't work. It don't fit. It doesn't work. That's not how any of this works. Y'all remember the commercial? That's not how this works. It's not how any of this works. You have to love yourself first. You have to build that solid foundation within yourself first. Okay? Every relationship that you have, whether it be with your parents, all of that is a reflection of your relationship with yourself. Okay? And you should have your best. Think about your friends. How do your friends treat you? How do you treat your friends? And how do your friends treat you? Because one thing about friends know who you are because they know what you like. You know? All your friends know what you like. They know what you would do. They know some of the things you wouldn't do. They know what you're into. Y'all have similar interests. It's like me and one of my best, me and my friends, period, right? I love Currency. Everybody knows how much I love Currency. Shout out to Jet Life. I love all y'all, okay? Y'all know how many times I had to go to a Currency concert by myself because none of my friends are Currency fans? That's totally fine. Like, yeah, they like a couple of his songs, but they're not like how I am. They're not listening to his music all the time. They wouldn't go to his concert and know every song that he's performing. I would though. You know, it's not like it's different, but my friends also know that they're not going to invite me to a Kodak Black concert. I'm not listening to that. I don't listen to that. I don't want to hear that. Nobody's going to say, "Hey, let you listen to this new Kodak Black song." No. They be like, "Oh, you heard Currency new tape? Man, it was fire. I listened to it. I listened to a couple of songs off of it." Okay? It works just like that. But like I'm saying, your friend, they know you as that person, okay? So think about the way that they treat you. Like I seen and I don't know much about this girl. Ari, she dates Moneybag Yo. I don't know much about her, but I seen like somebody shared on a story that she got mad that none of her friends bought her anything for her birthday, not even a card. There's two sides from this. One, nobody don't have to buy you nothing. Just throwing that out there. Nobody don't have to do nothing for you. Now, that's number one, okay? That's just a side tip. But my point is that should have showed her friend's reflection of their relationship to them. Her relationship to them. That's a reflection. Because what you bought them for their birthdays. Now, if she buying them stuff for their birthdays and nobody bought her anything for her birthday, she need better friends because her friends down bad. She don't know how to pick them. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know much about those people, so I can't really speak like that. But I'm just going to say that. Not even a card. And my friends know my birthday is always made better by my friends and family. Because some kind of way, at least these past, I'm going to say 5 fucking years, something happened that kind of fucked up my birthday. But one monkey don't stop, no show. And nobody not going to rain on my parade ever. I'm always going to celebrate myself because I love myself. That's why for my birthday, I do it big. I ball the fuck out every year for my birthday. I save up for my birthday because I know I'm going to ball out. I'm going to buy myself whatever I want. I'm going to ball out. And my friends are willing to do the same for me. They're willing to celebrate me. And I'm also willing to celebrate them in return. I made birthdays a big deal for my friends. I have so many friends who be like, "Oh no, I'm not celebrating my birthday." What? People who don't celebrate their birthday are fucking weird to me because how are you not excited about celebrating yourself? What? Bitch, cheers to me? Hello? I'm still here. I made it another year. I'm still here. Nothing ain't killed me. Okay? I remember when I turned 30. I prayed and prayed and prayed, and I thank God. I woke up that morning thanking God. I woke up that morning with tears in my eyes. I was so happy, okay? Because when I was 15, I didn't imagine being 30, okay? Because I was so fucking depressed all the time. I didn't think I was going to make it, but I did, okay? Through God's grace and my own strength and my own self-love, I got up. I got up out of it. So I know for a fact that you can too. No matter what it is, you can get out of it. Where there is a will, there is a way, okay? And if you believe in yourself, if you love yourself and you believe in yourself, you unstoppable. Ain't nothing in this world that you can't do. Y'all, and I used to say this, and I'm glad that I can say something different now. I used to always say, I know I could do whatever I want in this world because Donald Trump decided to become the president of these United States of America, and he did it. That's when I knew, oh, bitch, anything is possible for real, for real. God showed you right there. Anything is possible. Because who would have thought? Amen? But now I can say, Richard Branson, and I have been saying this since I synced it with my own 2 eyes. Richard Branson went to space the other day. There's nothing I can't do. So you want to start, like for instance, some entrepreneurs out there, you want to start a business, but you don't have no money. Again, baby, where there's a will, there is a way. Okay, get on YouTube and start doing some research. You're going to figure it out. They have grants. People give out money for businesses all the time. All the time. Business credit is a real thing. Hello. Credit is a real thing. It just depends on what you want to pour into. Okay? Start with that self-love and believing in yourself first. And then you'll better figure out what you need. When you start loving yourself, you're going to figure out what you need. Okay? And then when you figure out what you need, you're going to start figuring out what you want. And then when you start figuring out what you want, you're going to start going after what you want. You're going to start figuring out, how can I get that? Because where there's a will, there's a way. And that's why I'm going to leave y'all. I hope that y'all learned something on this podcast episode. This has been on my heart. And I just hope that when you listen to this, whatever you've been thinking about, whatever been in your heart, whatever's been on your spirit, you could do that shit, man. Do it. You can do it. I don't care what it is. Okay? If y'all want to, y'all can DM me. Y'all already know. Give me some feedback. I really, really wanted feedback from a lot of black men on my last podcast episode. So if this is your first episode, go and listen to my last episode too and tell me what you think. Because I really, really, and it's not that black women that y'all are not, y'all's feedback isn't important. It's not that. But you know, that last episode, I really kind of targeted black men because it was something that I saw. And again, it was something that was just on my heart. So I really would like feedback on that. So give me some feedback. Leave me a review. You know, I don't know what y'all streaming this on, whether it be Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, whatever. Leave me a review, please. Even if it's on Anchor, please leave me a review. That actually helps a lot of more people get my message. You know what I mean? That's how I need y'all help. You know, I ain't asking for y'all. I ain't asking for nothing. I don't be begging that. But I'm gonna ask y'all to do that for me. Do that for your dog, okay? And also, as far as me being the self-care captain, let me plug my other business in, okay? Y'all know I sell my journals. Click the link on any one of my bios. It's Goddess Sion Publishings. It'll bring you right to my Amazon page, and you'll be able to buy any one of my journals. I have manifestation journals. I have journals called that I titled "If You Can't Say It, Write It," and that's just for like those emotions that you just have to get out, but you can't really say it. Write it out, honey. It works. I also have dream journals for people who starting to go through their ascension and they having those messages in their dreams and they can't remember them. Get you a dream journal. What other journal? I also have a brain dump journal. That's for like people who just be having a lot going on in their head and they just need to write that shit out. I have journals for everything, you know what I mean? Because I feel like journaling is a form of self-care. It's one of my favorite forms of self-care. So I wanted to share that with y'all. And then gifts from a goddess. Hey, I got my first pop-up shop this weekend. Ow. If you are in New Orleans this weekend, June, girl, it is not June. July 25th, 2021 at the Half Shell at 3 p.m. It's a back to school pop-up shop. Gifts from a goddess. So we'll be in the building. I'll have some journals on hand if y'all want to come out and buy some. I'm going to have all my self-care products, you know what I mean? My soaps, my butters, my oils. Come shop with me. Okay. What else I got for you? What else I got? My journals, my business. I mean, thank y'all so much for supporting me. Thank you for listening to my podcast. Thank you for telling your friends. Thank you for your reviews. Thank you for all of the love. Thank you for all of the feedback. Thank you for the comments. I really, really appreciate y'all accepting my message like this to y'all. And my tarot readings. That's the last thing. I'm going to be doing tarot readings at this pop-up shop too. So if y'all want a tarot reading, come and get a tarot reading. I'm going to be doing them at my pop-up shop. Or, you know, if you just want it to be personal, like I actually love doing them when it's just, I send you the recording. DM me on YouTube, Lord, not yet. DM me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever. It doesn't matter. Misguided Goddess Podcast, Gifts from a Goddess, Miss CB Fab, whichever page you got me on, fuck with me. But thank y'all for listening. I feel so much better now that I got this message out to y'all because I really love y'all and I really want the best for us. I really, really do. I want everybody to love themselves more and respect themselves more and learn their self-worth and go for what they motherfucking want. Spitter taught me that. That's one reason why I love Currency. That man said, get everything you want. I'm getting everything I want. Okay? Because it's possible. Richard Branson and Jeff Bezos went to space last week. Remember that. Remember that. Whenever you get discouraged, remember that one fact. It happened. Okay? Peace. I love you.